Okay, so basically we just got through using the trig ratios to find the length of sides. Okay? But we can also, and yes, you should be copying this down. You can also use the trig ratios not only to find the length of sides, but the measure of angles. Now what we do is we use what's called the inverse function. Now, anybody who has a scientific calculator, or anybody who's looking at their TI Inspire, you will see that there's a little, next to the sign button, a little thing above the sign button says sine -1. Yes? No?
I'm still patching. I'm still patching.
What? Okay. So here's how it works. Okay? Now you'll notice we're not given the measure of the angle, but we are given the value of the two sides. So basically, the way that you want to interpret the inverse is you ask yourself, you're looking for the angle. Well, I'll show you in the problem what I'm talking about. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to write our ratio. Now, which of the three trig functions are we going to use in this problem? Jack? Sine. So now, instead of writing the sine of whatever our angle value is, we're going to write, do we know the measure of this angle? No, so we're going to call it x. And that's equal to opposite over hypotenuse, or 6 over 10. So we're going to write that the sine of x is 6 over 10. So what we're asking ourselves is that the angle, what we're looking for is the angle whose sine is 6 over 10. So the way that so what we're going to do is we're going to use the inverse. So we're going to say that the measure of angle x is equal to the inverse of 6 over 10. Okay, so again, we want to know what angle has a sine value of 6 over 10. Because now, instead of knowing the angle and figuring out its sine value, we now know the sine value, and we're going to figure out the angle. Yes? Ask your question. All right, so in your calculator, what you're going to do is the first thing you're going to hit is the inverse key. So you're going to hit that sine -1 key. On most scientific calculators, it's the second of the sine key. So it's sine of -1. And then hopefully a parenthesis will open. So what you're going to type is this fraction, 6 divided by 10, and then hit enter. You should get something wrong here.
I got
Yes.
I got
How?
Well, then this calculator is hard.
Oh, very top.
Really? He just called it.
What? You should get 36